Golf Tour with Jake Sorensen and Steve Sipple on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School, brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into Old School. Happy Monday, everybody. What a great weekend, at least for some people. Was for me. I don't know about you. But welcome into Old School, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Jay is back. Jay Foreman is back, everyone. I know you missed him.
Black folks, get yourself taken care of. Go get checked. Get your prostate checked. It's not fun, though. Know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Rico's still young.
I don't know what you mean. I have heard of it. I do not know what you mean based on the procedure. But Old School, sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling sports, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. I guess what's more old school than a prostate exam?
Go get it done.
Take care of yourself.
That is the definition of old school. Go get your prostate checked.
Take care of yourself.
Like that is above board. Jay Foreman, what's your highlight of the weekend? What's your top story?
Not that.
Yeah, definitely not that.
And at the bottom
problem,
story,
right? I got to watch a little bit of the hockey playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Always excited. I truly love hockey. Sport I couldn't afford to play, but wanted to play. But I've always been a really big fan of hockey. I think their playoff hockey, is right on par with the March Madness Final Four as far as excitement. I think hockey playoffs, when you win the Stanley Cup, is truly the hardest grind to go through, unless you just blow through everybody. But generally, it's going to be pretty tough. That was exciting. And then NBA basketball, I was a little surprised and disappointed in the Celtics, but I think Miami, it was their one last chance, kind of they galvanized and beat the Celtics. But I was surprised that the Celtics didn't capitalize on their huge opportunity. And last night, the Golden State Warriors, let everybody know that, who they are. The defensive intensity of that group was next level. And, if I could say anything, if there's Nebraska players out there listening, if you take that type of mentality on a defensive, even if you're not, say, Big Ten big, you see it can work. Because Golden State doesn't play with a true big. Now, granted, they're extremely skilled on the perimeter, but the reason why they're extremely skilled on the perimeter is and this is what I don't think they get enough credit for, is their passing, their cutting, when they run their picks, or when they do that, and their ability to make the extra, not only one pass but two passes. And so what they're doing is they're allowing their obviously once in a lifetime shooters, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. You can even throw Poole in there. They're giving them open shots, and everybody's thinking like, oh, they're just so good that nobody's guarding it. Well, they're not guarding them because the way that they come off picks and how tight they come off picks. There was a play that Steph Curry came on elbow pick, and he came off so tight on that. And I think Draymond, or no, it was Wiggins that set the pick.
Are they the best? Are they the best pick team?
Yeah, they are. From what I've seen.
They set them and come off them.
They set them and come off them, and they make the right read, because when they do it, they come off with their eyes up, and they're reading the next defender.
And they've got all quick release shooters.
Quick release shooters, but they're shooting it, and yes, they're doing it because they know if Rico's 2 feet off me, I'm gonna hit this elbow jumper. If Rico's up on me, I'm gonna keep my dribble, then I'm gonna run it again, and then the person that's in the corner or the short corner or on the opposite they're running, action backside. So now he's open. And then they run a play where they kind of run like a high-low, where they actually are spread, a little bit almost to the out of bounds on the side, and they pass it into Draymond, and then Draymond in the air made the extra pass to Looney, and he's finishing around the hoop. Now what that's doing is just punching a gut punch to Dallas's defense and wearing them down. I don't know how many times Golden State got second chance opportunities by just out hustling them, even on free throws.
Well, that's because they spread one.
But just on free throws, though. They have one guy in there.
They go small, which forces Dallas to go small.
Right.
And when Dallas's big is in the game, they just wear him out, having to go through picks, bounce off picks, and then close out the corner.
And see what Dallas does, their bigs, Kleber, he plays like a stretch 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. So that actually plays in the Golden State's hands, because now they don't have to worry about you inside, say it's Embiid, where he can really just destroy you inside. But what they did was, I remember it was the Golden State was shooting a free throw. They had one guy in the paint, in the cylinder, and they attacked obviously from 3-point line in. Well, they didn't even, the guy that got the rebound was a guy that was in there with 2 guys that should have essentially viced him. He got his hand on it, hustled. Luka and all those guys watched. He grabbed it. They're on the ground, ripped it out of it, kicked it out to Klay Thompson, set 3. Boom. There you go. They hit one free throw, missed the second, obviously, hit the 3.
Can you imagine Golden State when their 2 bigs actually grow up?
Yeah. And the thing is that here's an interesting thing for basketball fans out there, and I like watching NBA because they say stuff that you can correlate to the college game. Everybody always thinks that you only can play one big, right? And they talked about it, and they talked about the San Antonio Spurs, and they were talking about Greg Popovich, and they're talking about what Steve Kerr learned from him, and when at times Golden State had 2 bigs, so they count Draymond as a big or whatever, and Greg Popovich said the reason why he could always play 2 bigs, doesn't matter who they were, Boris Diaw and all these other guys that he finds like in Kmart super checkout line, is that they could pass. When you have 2 bigs that can pass in and out of double teams and to each other, you can play 2 bigs. That gives you a rebounding advantage, and it gives you a scoring advantage, because
as long as you identify somebody on the opposing team that can't shoot.
Well, yeah, well, sure, but what I'm saying is when you have 2 bigs that can pass, that allows, say like me, say like I'm Danny Green.
Mm-hmm.
What really helped Danny Green was the amount of open shots that he gets. Now, if he has to work for a shot off the dribble, off the bounce, even off a screen, his 3-point percentage goes down 16%. But if he's getting open shots, playing with Tim Duncan in them, now he's a factor. You get what I'm saying? And so, it was interesting to see the Steve Kerr versus Jason Kidd, Luka versus the multitude of Golden State guys. And I think Luka tried to go into I know Bullock was over like 50, right? And that's the hard, and this is also the dynamics of basketball. You have a role player that had a really good game on the road from 3-point range. So then he thinks, okay, I'm on. Well, you have to, after you leave the stadium in Golden State, you have to come back to reality of, I'm really only a 6 to 10 point scorer, and I'm a junk scorer where I'm, offensive rebounds, second chance points guy. Well, he goes out there and tries to shoot threes, gets frustrated, gets in foul trouble. He's one of their best defenders, and you're not hitting on offense, and then you're shooting shots that you're not making. And Dallas got into it to where Luka tried to go into, I'm going to will us to win. Well, you just burned up all your energy doing it, and nobody else is getting into it. They need to find more action on offense to be effective. They've got this far doing it this way. Their defense is a little suspect, and when you have a guy that's an energy guy, like Brunson, scoring 20-some points, that is like your two, you need 2 stars or 3. Brunson's your guy you're relying on showing up to the stadium. It's a hard it's a hard road to toe. And so,
well, but they've got a 2-man bench.
right.
Dallas has a 2-man bench.
All right.
Like and that's at home. Where you're supposed to expand your bench.
That's a coaching. See that I think that's the difference between Kerr and Kidd, to where if you saw Kerr back at Golden State, they went 10 deep. They even had number 95 come off the bench.
Yeah, and I don't know that Dallas has anybody else. I mean, think about it. Kleber, Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie gave him 31 minutes.
Yeah.
Kleber gave him 24. But you have to get points off the bench.
Right. Not just playing.
And nobody coming off the bench for Dallas is going to take the ball from Luka.
That's also a problem too, though, because if Luka isn't creating for other people, those guys that are lesser players, then you have guys just out there just doing cross country, just running up and down the court.
This thing went so well for Golden State last night that Otto Porter Jr. played 6 minutes.
Yeah, he got hurt. He hurt himself.
Well, but understand, you're scheming that Porter is going to be in the mixer.
Oh, yeah.
And 6 minutes of what you accounted for didn't exist. And it's just Jordan Poole and the starters.
Right.
And they just rotated.
Yeah, you know, also when Luka went out, Wiggins went out. And Wiggins right here said, listen here, there's a reason why I was picked number 1 player.
Show up.
I just hammer timed on you. You on the poster now. You on the Instagram overtime poster. So,
well, and it's the 11 boards.
Right, but DP, you know, when somebody gets bammed on, that takes your heart.
Look,
Luka.
This is where, to me, this is where the game was won, and it was on those second opportunities, because Kevin Looney gave him 12 rebounds in 29 minutes. Wiggins gave him 11 rebounds. Klay Thompson gave him 7. Oh, and then it's Steph, Poole, and Draymond with 4 rebounds. Dallas can't win with those numbers.
Yeah. Andrew Wiggins had 6 offensive boards.
Like you can't. It's just not gonna happen. Kevin Looney.
Kevon Looney had 4.
You know, so the
14 offensive rebounds.
Right, like the small stuff shows up big. The difference in the amount of play when your star player is giving you 40, you should be in the game. Well, you were in the game, but you couldn't get over the hump because they kept getting the extra possessions. And the NBA talking heads, those guys who are kind of the beat writers for all the NBA teams, they were on it last night and they were talking about, well, does Jason Kidd and Mark Cuban have the nerve to ask Luka to get in shape?
Jason Kidd does. And that's the dude that has to do. I mean, Jason Kidd's probably got to say, hey, or I'm sure they've talked about it, right? And say, hey, look, we need. I mean, the conversation needs to be Jason Kidd just reflect on his own career. Yeah. He had to do things to become a better player, develop an outside shot, to get in a little bit more physical shape. As far as if you look at Jason Kidd when he came into the league and versus when he left, he leaned up, he got bigger across his torso or shoulders and everything. Same thing Luka should do, because if Luka doesn't get in tip-top shape the way he plays and the amount of drives to the basket and the way he the contact, and he's physical, he's going to end up being a guy like Carmelo, where you see the dip in his production go down, because he'll lose quickness, he'll lose ability to recover, he'll have knick-knack injuries that aren't going to be, he's going to be, instead of being out 2 days, he's going to be out 2 weeks, and he was injured a lot this year. Not a lot, but for him a lot, right? He had the ankle injury right at the end of the season too. So
yeah,
asking and also talk, not make it like you're not good enough, but say, look, dude, you could be a transcendent player to be one of the best of all time. Modern day kind of Magic Johnson, big guard. You can get your shot off, get in the lane. You can do it all. You're exciting. We're obviously going to need to add more pieces around you, but this is what we need you to do. We need you to do a little bit more diet-wise and coming back in the best shape you can. Now, I know he's young and he still maybe has some baby fat on him, but we also know that, there was a picture of him out in Golden State drinking a beer at like 11 o'clock in the morning
before game 1.
No, that's an old picture.
Was it?
That was an old picture.
That was an old picture. But still, here's the thing. Luka has said, if I can ever get over the hump and get in shape,
right,
it changes basketball for him. It changes
the way because he's the one of the guys that comes into training camp out of shape.
Yeah,
he'll tell you.
Imagine how good you are now, like
right,
if you got yourself into shape.
And it's not even about points.
No,
it's just about longevity, long term. Be ahead of the game. And you could say, look at Zion, right? You look at Zion. Look at Joel Embiid. Now, Joel Embiid, when Shaq told him when Joel Embiid said he likes to eat like cheeseburgers before the game, and Shaq called him up, what did Joel Embiid do? He took it to heart. Didn't probably like hearing it. He even said he didn't like hearing it. But he knew he was, I wouldn't say in the wrong, but needed to do some, better stuff. And then
there's a difference. There's a difference. I mean, guys know who's putting in the work and who's not. And if the players on his team tell him, hey, listen, you don't see anybody else in the league who looks like you.
No,
it's built like you. So you can change your body. We need you late in the fourth quarter. We know that. Right. You want us to give you the ball. You want the heavy usage.
He gets worn down.
Yeah, that's really what it is that he's got to give himself a chance to be great and not beat himself up.
And you see it most when you're in the playoffs.
Well, you see the look on his face.
Right.
Like there's a frustration.
But you see it most
happens,
because
right?
You're playing the same team and they're wearing you down. They're physical. I mean, these playoffs, I think, in my opinion, for NBA basketball has been the most physical playoffs. And I don't mean like the
20 years.
In 20 years, not dirty plays. I'm not talking about Detroit Pistons, but I'm just talking about physical plays. Hard, good, clean fouls, boxing out, going for balls, coming off screens, setting hard screens. I was watching this YouTube of Marcus Smart about how his mentality when he plays defense. And they're talking about him playing defense, whether he goes over or under a pick and roll. He says, I'm always going to go over the first time. If you pick me hard, so you set a good pick on me, he's like, I'll take it. But the next time, I'm going to light you up and I'm going to want you to know, I want you to think about physically what's going to happen to you every single time you come to pick me.
He went into a conversation with and Spider Mitchell did it as well, where they talked to John Stockton about pick play. And because they had heard Isaiah Thomas say, I can't. He goes, my least favorite game opponent was Utah because John Stockton would just abuse me.
Him and Hornacek.
Yeah, would just abuse me.
Or whatever his name.
Yeah, and then they said, so what? But they had the conversation. Well, how did you get through? How did you make it difficult? And Stockton said, listen, again, the first one you get
right.
Like you gonna earn the first one.
Yeah.
But after that, I changed the way I go through the pick.
Right.
And whether it's the elbow or a knee, like sometimes you'll go through that pick, knee to thigh.
Right. Yep. Yeah. It's stuff. I mean, there's little tricks of the trade. One of the what's his name?
And he showed up every game. Like John Stockton, people don't understand the streak that dude played at was.
It was never a question whether it's going to be. Avery Johnson came and talked to us one time in Houston, and this is kind of when he was just starting to commentate, and he was going around, and they brought. I don't know if he's from Texas or around the area. But he came and talked to the team, and this whole premise of his or what he was saying was, in order to be a good player or a great player or a good team or a great team or get over the hump, you have to do something that's like he called it an outer body experience or something that you're not normally doing. And he referenced when he was a young player going up against Utah, and he's actually talking about Jeff Hornacek setting the picks when he was guarding John Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a backup player, and he was talking to the veteran, and before the game, and he was talking about, and I think it was on another team. So he say, "Hey, man, they killing me, and they wearing me out with these picks." The player told him, "All you against Jeff Hornacek, the first time that you go through a pick against Hornacek, you come there with your forearm right underneath his chin, and it'll never happen again. He won't pick you that hard again." And the whole premise of it is what DP said. One is the game within the game, but two, when you're talking about Luka, in order to do something, in order to be, to your maximum, you have to have a different mentality and be willing to do something physically that you might not think is either fair or by the rules, or it's within the rules, or you're teeter-tottering on, a dirty or cheap play in order to have success. And that's really when you talk to Luka about it, it ain't about that. But if you don't want to get worn down physically, then you need to be in better shape. Michael Jordan
and they have to give him help.
Oh, he does need help.
They legitimate help. Pick setter. Well, they need to get him some bodies.
Well, they need a big physical presence inside that can finish around the rim, and then they need another Robin and he's Batman.
Well, they needed Porzingis to want to set picks. That's what.
Yeah, Porzingis wanted to be Kleber, and then they were like, "Well, you're already hurt all the time,
Yeah.
so we got this dude that's shooting the same."
And we can't run youth. We can't run eight picks per quarter.
Right for you, while we got Luka and everybody else over there.
So, all right, Rico, get us out here, bro.
Up next,
Oh,
get
gosh.
your coffee, get your tea. Jay Foreman's back. Let's have some fun.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Welcome to Heartland Flats Beatrice, your home for modern Midwest living. Our finely crafted apartments boast spacious 1 and 2 bedroom floor plans with incredible amenities, including stainless steel appliances, luxury vinyl flooring, modern electronic locks, and are pet friendly. Each apartment has its own in-unit washer and dryer, and our innovative utility bundling saves you money. Call 402-251-3020 to schedule your showing today. That's 402-251-3020. Heartland Flats Beatrice, modern Midwest living.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Cloudy skies and cooler conditions here for our Monday, topping out near 62. Southeast winds at around 15 to 20. Slight chance of showers late this afternoon. A little better chance of scattered showers tonight with a low of 51. An increasing chance for rain during the day tomorrow and only a high of around 55. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Naloxone is a drug used to safely reverse an opioid overdose and is now more readily available in Nebraska. I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. I encourage you to learn how to respond to an opioid overdose and administer naloxone to potentially save a life by getting the free Opie Rescue app for your phone. Be Opie ready. Download Opie Rescue.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy and healthy Memorial Day weekend. We are thankful for our country and for those that have served this nation. We salute you. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Hey, it's Bach. Join me and Eric Strickland this Thursday at the brand new Double Eagle Golf Simulator Bar on West O Street inside the Kinetic Sports Complex from 3 to 6 p.m. That's this Thursday at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Back to Old School with DP and J.
Well, if you're feeling all right and you think you're on, somebody let me know. Will everybody in the place put a whistle in your face, scream it out and say, yo, yeah.
The kazoos.
I'm trying to remember to eat some berries, man. I can't just. This is just horrible.
No,
This makes him irregular.
Sugar Hill is like
Yeah, it does. You like a goal line stand.
Thank you.
No,
that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. It's like a brother that's lactose eating a whole bunch of cheese.
Yeah.
You might as well be all cheese. Go ahead, man. Give me 45 seconds or worst moments of my life. Take 45 seconds away from me again. Kill me softly, Rico.
I know you love it. It's only a matter of time.
Woke up this morning and I got out of bed. Had a big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Telephone rang and you wanna chat? Well, sit on down and tell me what up with that. Ooh-wee. What up with that?
Dance in your car.
What up with that? Ooh-wee.
Dance at work.
What up with that? What up with that? He said, she said, we
Point at your boss.
he said, what up with that? Who knew you knew said what? Who knew what up with that? What up
Finish strong.
with that?
Yes.
Rico, what up?
Josh Donaldson sucks.
What did he do, Rico?
Oh, you
Question
know,
mark.
you know what he did.
Question mark.
So the Yankees are having a great season. Couple dips here and there, but they've hit a big old speed bump
Called the Chicago White Sox.
called the Chicago White Sox, Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson. So the Yankees dropped 2 of 3 to the White Sox, but that's not the story. The story is in the first game of the doubleheader. I believe it was the first game. It might have been the day before. Oh no, it was the day before.
Yeah.
So the day before, drawing back and forth between Anderson and Donaldson came to a head when Donaldson called Tim Anderson Jackie.
Right.
Like Jackie Robinson, for anybody that doesn't know. Donaldson claims it was in a playful manner because he used to call him that after Anderson compared himself to the Jackie Robinson of baseball today because he's bringing fun back to the game. And Anderson and LaRussa, right? That's their
Tony LaRussa.
Tony LaRussa did not take it that way. A lot of the White Sox players did not take it that way. A lot of the people on the internet did not take it that way. I did not take it that way. I don't think it was a funny joke for Donaldson to call Tim Anderson Jackie.
Are they friends?
They were.
I think maybe they were.
They were. This. Okay, so this reeks a little of Kerry Collins and Norberto Garrido, where things are said within different rooms and teams that does not give you permission to say the same thing to that person out of context.
Well, I mean, look, man, I think, blank slating calling someone racist, or like you even hear people call somebody like, I don't even know what a liberal is, or like a conservative. I really don't. I mean, I'm not playing it up. I really don't know because I don't care what you think. You know what I mean? If you're cool with me, we're cool. Now, granted, if you don't like black people, we're gonna have we probably would have a problem. But on the surface, I don't care what your denomination is at church or anything like that, or who you vote. I don't really care about that. I asked if they're friends, if they're friends and they're joking, then if they're friends, you can understand. But when I watched it, it showed that they ain't friends. It ain't really, like, you might have heard Tim Anderson joking with John Smith about it.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean you was in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Donaldson said that I don't know if they were ever on the same team, but Donaldson said that they had joked around about it and he had called him that before and it was fine. Tim Anderson denies it.
All right.
And one of the White Sox pitchers also said it was bull honky. the explanation from Donaldson.
My thing is this: simplicity. Call people by their name. Like we do there's a lot of stuff that goes on where you want to call people what they want to be called.
If you know them well enough to do it, do it. I always say
I'm not,
this.
like
I always say
I
this.
know your real name. I've never called you by your real name. You know why? Because you asked me, right? Like there's simplicity behind this stuff.
I look at it like sometimes people say they were joking to kind of mask that what they, because they get called out or get caught. I always say like this: if you're telling a joke, if I'm joking with you, Rico, about something, okay, and we both laugh, I consider it a joke. Even if you're like, all right, I get it, right? But if you tell a joke or I tell a joke and you're looking at me, then that ain't a joke and it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Simple.
Something it can't be. You get what I'm saying? And so
simple.
I'm sure Josh or whatever is Donaldson or whatever, and he's always kind of been that dude. But if I'm Anderson, I thought it was on the line, I'm throwing hands. I mean, I'm not even like we ain't even coming up like conversating. Once you get in firing range, you get what I'm saying?
It took the biggest dude on the White Sox to hold Tim Anderson back. So it was.
He hit that homer last night though.
Take that.
He rounded the base too fast though.
Hour number 2 of Old School coming up.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Beatrice Bakery. They ship cakes all over the country. True story. But take a look inside their shop and you'd have no idea. This is a Nebraska product through and through. Not some massive production plant. Local people making delicious cake just for you. So go see them in their new storefront location in downtown Beatrice. Grab some grandma's fruit cake, some chocolate rum cake, or my favorite, the turtle nut cake. And say hi to Rick and the crew. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Naloxone is a drug used to safely reverse an opioid overdose and is now more readily available in Nebraska. I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. I encourage you to learn how to respond to an opioid overdose and administer naloxone to potentially save a life by getting the free Opie Rescue app for your phone. Be Opie ready. Download Opie Rescue.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Tune in every Monday morning throughout the summer at 6:45 a.m. for golf course reviews on the Nebraska Golf Passport Early Break Golf Tour with Jake Sorensen and Steve Sipple on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska. resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our communities safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School, brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Monday, everybody. Hour number 2 of Old School on now. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Join us in the conversations, in the fun. 402-464-5685 Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. And join us on the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
The Twitter. Jay Foreman, another transfer portal win.
Yeah.
For the Huskers.
Yeah. I mean, look, the more the merrier. They, they needed some interior defensive linemen. Come from, hopefully a good pedigree from Alabama. Big kid, 6'4", I think 307. For him to be at Alabama, regardless of how much he's played, he was a top-notch athlete. And look, you can't knock him for not getting a lot of time, considering who was ahead of him for years upon years. So, look, it's a position of need, or was a position of need. They went out and addressed it. You got the young man, Drew from Texas Tech, got Wynn coming in, along with Ty Robinson, and it allows some of the younger dudes like Nash and say Mosai Newsom and those guys to continue to develop, Buckley to continue to develop without as much pressure. And, coupled with O'Shawn Mathis, the safety from Alabama. I know they're still looking at, some guys on offense. It's business as usual. This is the day of the transfer portal. Now, can you build a sustainable program for 10 years doing this every single year? Most likely not. But at this situation that we're in, this is what you have to do. You got to essentially roll the dice and try to get some ready-made guys in order to win whatever check mark or of games you need to win, and then some. So you like to think that the guys that are coming in are not only going to play well, but they're going to be good leaders in their own right, effectively. The guys that are still on the team, motivated, still compete, and still take reps away from them, because competition is always good. The door is not shut. And these guys have to understand, these guys that are they're on the team before, say, any guy on the transfer portal got here. You still have to win your job. They still have to beat you out. Just because they're here doesn't mean they're guaranteed to start. It's a great thing about football. Once you get in them white lines, it don't matter what your NIL deal is, no matter what your star ranking was, where you transferred. If you have a good summer or a great summer, nobody should be thinking I'm having a good summer. I need to have a great summer, the best summer I've had up until date. And you go in there and play and be effective, they're going to play you. Look, we're not in a position. At least my assumption is to have guys in the cupboard, waiting. Rico's good enough to play, but we'll wait till later in the year to play him, or we'll get him 4 games and all that. If you can play, you're going to play. So it's a tremendous opportunity. It's a tremendous amount of pressure. But, I look at it like the pressure only comes from if you're not prepared. So if you come in prepared, you're going to welcome the pressure. You're going to welcome the competition, and then everything else will take care of itself. So, look, it's good on the coaches, and it tells you a little bit more that, a lot of these guys that are coming in here, they have other opportunities. It's not like the only person only school offering them is Nebraska. So therefore, what Nebraska is doing in their recruiting and what they're selling them, and explaining the whole deal of what they're able to get, or opportunity that they have is still a sellable product. So that's good from a fan standpoint. You should be excited about that. If you weren't able to go and address these needs in these type of players, then you need to be more worried because you don't have the depth or big holes. So, and it's not all based on NIL. It's not everybody's coming here from money grab, because it really is not that much money. There's not enough money for you. That's not the case. So, look, it's just part of the deal, and hard decisions got to be made. You got to make them, because ultimately, you're judged by wins and losses, whether you're a good player or not. Do you make plays or you're not? Are you accountable or not? You're somebody that you can build upon or not. That's all there is to it with Kung Fu. It's not personal, because you can like everybody, but I need to play the guy that can get the job done, or guys that can get the job done. And it's day in and day out. Everybody should be on notice, and just because, I know they brought in a couple of D linemen and a safety, but if I'm a corner, doesn't mean that, they didn't address the corner. No, I need to play. I need to step my game. There's nobody on defense. I'm just going to talk about, actually, just across the board. Okay. Offense and defense. There's nobody on, and you can even, you talk about the guys that are assumed to be the starters, whatever those 22 or just say 30 guys are that are, playing. There's nobody on there that's a ready-made product that's a all Big Ten type product. So at this stage, nobody's arrived. Everybody has a ton of improvement to accomplish. So therefore, everybody is moving in the same direction. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, O'Shawn Mathis coming in, and he's had, good, sack numbers in the Big 12, but this is the Big 10, right? So we need you to do it now, here. Okay? Whatever happened in Dallas at TCU was great. That got you here. It's just like in high school. Whatever Jay Foreman did at Eden Prairie High School is great. That don't mean tiddly poo once you get here.
Tiddly poo.
Right. Squat, whatever you want to call it, right?
So stick with tiddly poo.
So once you're here, I need it again, and then I need some more. And so that's what's great about it, and I think it's it's a great opportunity for the coaches, it's a great opportunity for the players, it's a great opportunity for the program. Now, whether you seize the opportunity, that's a you problem versus, say, like a J or a DP or a Rico problem. That's you have the opportunity. The funny thing is, for a 3-9 team, you know what I mean? A 3-9 team, or a player on a 3-9 team, you have more opportunity to, I guess, get great stats, be all conference than I did. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying that our teams were better, obviously, because we're in the history books, but we were done playing a series or two after halftime. You start at Nebraska, you rocking all game long. That's why I say that you need a great summer in the weight room, in the classroom, off the field, everything, because you have to be able to answer the bell 12 straight times in the regular season. No game off, no playoff, and then hopefully a bowl game. It's a tremendous opportunity individually. You know what I'm saying? And I always say, like, you operate individually and you think collectively. I want to play my best. I want to come out there and get the fruits of my labor. You get what I'm saying? It's not me being selfish. I don't need you to have everybody hold up everybody on offense and me just run and make all the tackles, and it's all about me. But if I put in the work, I want to go out there and play well. And this is a tremendous opportunity for these guys to have individual success, which will lead to team success in the right way. And again, I'm going to emphasize, operate individually, think collectively. I want to play the best for Jay Foreman and the team. Because if I know Jay Foreman's playing the best, then the defense is going to be, I give the defense the better chance to play the best. Conversely, the offense and the special teams to play the best. It's not like I want to play my best and I don't care, if we win or lose.
I want to go through at least in my head, what the scholarship count looks like, because you just added another. Where does that put the program? Is that put them at 87 or 88?
I don't know.
Okay, so
I'll have to. Nick has a whole scholarship breakdown. He's probably updated that. He has like a whole Excel sheet.
Well, no, it's up here. So that and another thing of note that looks interesting to me, based on, even if you added yesterday, from what my recollection of it puts them 3 over. They may be 2 over, but I think they're 3 over.
Right.
That there's only 9 seniors.
Yeah, it's a relatively young team.
There's only 9 seniors.
But there's a lot of guys that have been around for 3 or 4 years, though.
As a matter of fact, I think there may only be 8. So is Kolarvik coming back?
Yeah.
Like next season, or
Yeah.
Yeah, he could play.
Could.
Chris Kolarvik, what do you mean?
Michael
This
Clemens?
season?
Yeah.
No, this season, yeah, he's
He's playing this season.
Okay. Clemens?
Who?
Michael Clemens.
Malga Clements.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing this season.
Yeah, everybody's. I mean,
Tanner, Devin Drew, just added, Trent Hickson, Brock Bando, Oliver Martin, Omar Manning, and Vokalek.
All here, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So that
Present.
gives you 9
And accounted
seniors.
for.
Right. That gives you 9. Again,
guys that are be gone for eligibility up is what
right.
you mean. Yeah.
Right. Well, but everybody else, that there are currently 16 juniors.
Yeah.
16 juniors. And here's some of the names, right? So let's go
I want
through.
to know if these are true juniors or COVID juniors.
Some have red shirts, some have other. But
Yeah.
well, everybody gets another year. So
But
you are
that's
what you are.
Well, I guess, yeah. So
You are what
some
you
of these
are,
seniors are like super senior COVIDs, whatever.
Yeah. Omar Brown at corner.
Yeah.
Tyreek Johnson, Quentin Newsom, Braxton Clark, Reimer, Nelson, Mathis, Hunter Anthony on the offensive line, Kevin Williams Jr. on the offensive line, Nuri, Wyatt Lever at receiver, Isaiah Garsta Castaneda, Trey Palmer, Anthony Grant, Marquise Stepp, and Casey Thompson. Sound about right?
So they all got 2 years left.
Right. So sound about right? Okay. And here's why. Because if you're over at some point, you gotta move the needle, right? You gotta move the needle. So some of these names have to be, as Jay said, they got to be reconsidered.
You have 50 million sophomores.
Sophomores, you have 27.
That's a lot of sophomores.
Timmy Bleekrode, special teamer.
I think he just got on campus too.
Right.
I think they finally got him.
Brian
Is that the
Bushini,
punter?
Boom Boom
Kicker.
Bushini.
Bushini's the punter.
So you got your special teamers. Javier Morton at corner.
That's the transfer from. Well, he was at Bama for a
Tommy
season.
Hill, Marcus
Arizona State.
Buford, Deshaun Singleton, Ice Gifford, Noel Paula Gates, Miles Farmer, Garrett Snodgrass, Heinrich, Javen Wright at outside backer, Hutmacher, Mosai Newsom, Ty Robinson, Michael Lynn, Ethan Piper, Teddy, Brant Banks, Corcoran, Ben Hart, Alante Brown, Xavier's gone, Chris Hickman, Yant, Ramir Johnson, Logan Smothers.
A lot of 3-year sophomores on there.
Yeah, right, right. I mean, and then you got a redshirt freshman, and Chuba Purdy is in the redshirt freshman category.
Yes, he is.
Along with Heinrich Harburg.
That's some young quarterbacks.
That's 4, and then you got 5 scholarship quarterbacks on the roster. The 5th being Richard Torres, freshman.
None of them are seniors.
No seniors at the quarterback room. No seniors in the running back room.
Yeah, but if you got
Marquise Stepp
experience,
is a senior.
No, but he's got another year.
I know he does.
But if you got experience, it don't really matter if you're a senior. or
Well,
not.
no. My thing is that these are rooms that can return as is. Like you don't have to go hunt and peck anymore. Right, the running back room, you seem to feel like the talent in the room's good, and you don't have any seniors, so you've got 2 years to work out everything in the
within reason, yeah.
right. Tight end room, you've got 6 tight ends on scholarship. From what this says, Chase Androff, Fedoni, Carney, Rollins, Hickman, Vokalek. What we do not have, and what I would imagine is Chancellor Brewington finds his way into a scholarship at some point this year.
Probably.
Oh, I didn't know he went on scholarship.
Yeah, this is
because
right.
he transferred as a walk-on from.
So it's another spot,
Like Northern Arizona, right?
Right, there's
Something like
another
that.
spot that you got to consider. Wide
So
receiver. There are 13 scholarship receivers.
Why did I feel like there were more?
I'm not sure how that's a lot.
That is a lot. And why do I feel like there were more?
13 receivers, 14 linemen, 5 defensive ends, 4 defensive tackles. Now you got 5.
Mm-hmm.
6 outside linebackers, 9 inside linebackers.
9 inside linebackers.
9.
Goodness
Houseman,
gracious.
Randolph Kapai, Makai Gabayer, Seth Malcolm, Garrett Snodgrass, Heinrich, Reimer, and then the 2 Kolarvik and Malcolm Clemens.
Goodness gracious.
7 safeties. 10 cornerbacks.
And if if you know what Travis Fisher says, which you don't have to, is true, he's cross training all of them, so they're all corner/safeties.
Well,
so you have what was that 17?
Right. Well, that
17 secondary.
I mean, that's the thing, and we understand that some of those rooms are there to fill special teams at a high level, but there's volume, and if you're over, you got to figure out where you're going to make your space.
Got to trim it.
So three of those names.
Yeah.
And are you done in the portal?
You're never done in the
You're never
portal
done.
because you don't know who's going to be.
Nobody's
who's gonna
limited.
be available.
Nobody's limited, and you can always go down. So just pause there. I just wanted to put that in your head that
3.
You got to make 3 moves because and of those rooms now we have a better perspective of what kind of talent is in each room.
You like to think.
Well, this is why you're here, because I want to go through these rooms with you, kind sir.
Yeah, I think they got some talent. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. I hope so.
Well, this is the question we'll ask, and then we'll try to get John Squire at 9:30 and talk a little bit about the softball team. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Hello, I'm Charlie Stone, back with the latest news from Honda of Lincoln. Joining me now is the general manager, Andy Goodyear. Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Hey, Andy, with spring right around the corner, how is your supply of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles?
Really good, Charlie. As I've said before, when you drive by our lot, you don't see what you're looking for, just remember we have hundreds of new Hondas arriving soon, with Honda continuing to offer 0.9% APR financing to qualified buyers. Plus, we have over 125 pre-owned vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
That's great, Andy. Any more great news?
There is, Charlie. Honda just announced financing from 0.99% APR on certified pre-owned Hondas for qualified buyers.
So come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Wedding season is underway. Stop wearing your fading, wrinkling shirts and update your wardrobe today at M Suits Clothiers in Lincoln. M Suits has men's clothing for every occasion, from business to leisure to weddings and formals. And they've been chosen by Lincoln as best of men's clothing for 4 years running. The buying process is quick and easy with personal service that's hard to find. And they're family owned, where you are also treated like a part of the family. M Suits Clothiers, just south of 56th and Pine Lake on Red Rock Lane.
Hey, it's Nelson inviting you to stop by the newest Caterpillar Vape Shop here in Lincoln at 2601 North 11th Street. Get to know the team that will find you exactly what you're looking for. Premium e-juice, CBD, Delta 8, mods, kits, and more. They can answer any question you have and find the right fit for you. In a hurry, hit the drive-thru for convenient service. Amazing rewards for existing customers, and as always, new Caterpillar Vapes customers get 50% off their entire purchase. Now is the time. Stop in. Caterpillar Vapes, 2601 North 11th Street. Follow on Facebook or online at CaterpillarVapes.com.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy and healthy Memorial Day weekend. We are thankful for our country, and for those that have served this nation, we salute you. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Old School.
That is the greatest statement of truth. Oh my!
Don't wonder why DP is laughing. It has absolutely no
relevance to sports.
Nothing to do with anything.
Oh. No,
Old School.
I'll say it. I own what I'll say it. I'll say it out loud. No, we read the sponsor
Old
later.
School, yeah.
You
Okay,
read
well,
the-
we'll
you read the sponsor later.
I'll wait on that one. We're not going to read that one.
because this is a short segment, and then we'll read it when we bring in John Squire.
This man.
No, I shout out to young folks who are trying to hold it together in this day and age. Because Jay, I'll ask you this question because I can speak honestly. Had there been Instagram and cell phones when I was in college, I would not be here on air. Can you say, like, I'm lucky that I went to school before cell phones and social media.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody would have adapted, but yeah, these dudes are they in a pressure cooker, boy.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I mean, if you really out there like that, you wouldn't have made it anyway. So
yeah,
the guys that focus too much on that just generally don't end up being good. But I mean, it's.
I'm as I said, I'm thankful that's what that is. We went through the numbers up and down the scholarship page, and as more talent is brought in, then I'll ask you first: do you think Nebraska is done in the transfer portal, or do you think there's one or two more they want to get? Are they satisfied?
I don't know.
With
I don't
any?
think,
With,
I don't
with
think you
those
can ever
groups?
be satisfied.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's ever. I mean, Nick Saban ain't even satisfied with his roster.
I guess it depends who comes in.
Yeah, it depends on who gets in the portal. I mean, I'm sure they could be like, okay, we could get busy right now, but if
so
some dude comes in the portal, that why not take a shot at him?
Happy with the quarterback room?
I assume so. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean,
happy versus satisfied.
Well, I'm assuming they're happy. I mean, I think Casey is kind of, from what I'm reading, is separated himself, but then Purdy, only practicing a couple of days, it seemed like, showed, decent in the spring game, and I think he's going to probably really try to push for playing time at a starting spot over the summer and then into the fall camp. So I think that, you know, they should be happy about that. Smothers, I think, is going to compete. And then you got the two young guys, Harburg and Torres. So, you know, anything can happen. If you could be third on the depth chart, end up starting at the end of the season. Next thing you know, you're the guy going into the following season. So
7 in the running back room: Emmett Johnson, A.J. Allen, Gabe Irvin, Ramir Johnson, Jocko Jan, Marquis Stepp, and Anthony Grant.
Yeah, I think they should be. They should be happy with the depth. I think they should be happy with the improvement. I think with Grant and Yant, those guys are kind of like the headliners coming out of the spring. And then I think Ramir Johnson is kind of overlooked, but he's that guy that's consistent. I think
He's actually the returner.
Right, and you'd be comfortable with him playing in this system as well. Emmett Johnson, who's he's not even on campus yet, and then you got Stepp, and then Yant, and then what's the guy that got hurt? Gabe Irvin. Yeah. So Irvin's kind of like the wild card. If he comes back off of his injury,
he beat everybody out last year.
Yeah, he's going to be, and you know what? You can kind of bring him on along a little. Not want to say slower, but you can kind of schedule him on, and then like towards the second half of the season, see a lot of improvement in him taking over.
One final group before we go to break, and it's a room that I have the most questions about, because you've got a freshman, you've got a senior in Vokalek, you've got Hickman, who's injured, Carney, who's there, Fedoni, who's injured, and A.J. Rollins, and then Chancellor Brewington.
Yeah, going into the spring, I think it was probably a position group you like. Yeah, I like the potential and what we get, because you got Vokalek. Well, I think he'll be back. I think if he needed to play in the spring, he would have. I assume Fedoni's out, right? For at least part of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Rollins, who had a really good spring, and then you're still waiting for Carney to turn the corner. And I think you got the guy that can do a little bit of everything is Brewington. But and I think he's a matchup problem on the second level for guys as well. So it's a good opportunity for him, good opportunity for Vokalek to kind of be the guy. But whether it's Carney, Rollins, or the young freshman from Minnesota, who size-wise could potentially help him in the run game right away, just because he's a big old tight end. Mm-hmm. They need to step it up. Especially like Carney, he needs to. This is an opportunity for him. You already been in the program for over a year. You've been in the weight program to get stronger, and now the opportunity's here. Fedoni was the odds-on favorite and assumed like number 2 or the kind of co-starter with Vokalek, right? He's, I guess, assuming that he's going to be out. This is your time, dude. If you don't, that's on you. There is no excuse right now. It's not like you got 2 seniors and a junior, and you're like, all right, wait a minute. It's here for you. You need to take advantage of it.
There's 1 senior, no juniors, and then Hickman, who's nursing, and then redshirt freshman.
Yeah, but he came in with Fedoni. Fedoni's out. This is your time to take advantage.
Yep, that's it. All right, we'll throw the break. Let's bring in John Squire from Husker Softball, dad of Abby Squire, and we'll talk a little bit about this spectacular team and this weekend's events.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, February 2nd and 3rd. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on different models of John Deere and Hagee sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and more. We'll be offering free dicamba certification. Join us February 2nd and 3rd in Kearney. RSVP by calling your local Landmark location or at landmarkimp.com/events.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy and healthy Memorial Day weekend. We are thankful for our country, and for those that have served this nation, we salute you. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn to get your sprinklers ready to go for the season if they haven't been working properly. They're also scheduling installs for new sprinkler systems if you don't have one. So make sure you contact them early to get a bid as soon as possible. Plus, they're your one place to go for 5-step fertilizer and pesticide application and lawn aeration. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Wedding season is underway. Stop wearing your fading, wrinkling shirts and update your wardrobe today at M Suits Clothiers in Lincoln. M Suits has men's clothing for every occasion, from business to leisure to weddings and formals. And they've been chosen by Lincoln as best of men's clothing for 4 years running. The buying process is quick and easy with personal service that's hard to find. And they're family owned, where you are also treated like a part of the family. M Suits Clothiers, just south of 56th and Pine Lake on Red Rock Lane.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Pumps in a back, pumps in a back. We like the girls with the pumps in a back. Pumps in a back, pumps in a back. We like the girls with the pumps in a back.
Welcome back to Old School 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Old School sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling, sports, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. We've got a special guest on the phone, John Squires, the father of Husker softball, Abby Squire. John, how are you?
Hey, I'm good this morning. Good to be back home. Wish we had a super regional to go to next weekend, though, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I tried to go through the weekend with clear and open eyes, right?
Yep.
And the frustration for me is that a lot of the conversation is about, well, the Huskers didn't hit, so there's this and that. And I'm like, wait a minute. Softball is a momentum sport. It is a groove and momentum sport. And when things get on a roll, other good things happen. There were several interruptions in this weekend's ball games that were frustrating to the fans. So I'll ask you, as a parent who's in the space, when you're watching this stuff happen, how do you get through? How do you process that? Are you like a screamer at the umpire? Are you just supporting your daughter and the team? How do you watch games?
You know what? I think that's a tough one because it depends on the game. But I really try, like you said, and I couldn't agree with you more. Softball is such a momentum game, and so with that being said, I feel like our fans and myself have to just be positive, like just create energy and be positive, because the games happen so quickly. You don't have time to spend too much time crying about spilled milk,
Oh, from a parent standpoint, and then obviously, talking to your daughter afterwards, what's the focus after, obviously, processing, the weekend, the 2 games. Obviously, there's a few bad, calls or breaks that didn't go your way. Is it focusing on the whole season, or what could have been, or what's next, for this team moving forward?
Yeah, honestly, this morning was the first time I really have talked to Abby too much about it. I mean, I just know, you guys know Abby a little bit. She's pretty locked in and she's pretty intense, and so yeah, she didn't really want to talk much about anything. She just wasn't ready to this weekend much. They went into this regional thinking that they could win it, and we played pretty well that game 1. Game 2, Oklahoma State's an outstanding team. That's a team that could win the whole thing. They really can.
Mm-hmm.
They're talented enough. And, we hung right in there. We were right in there with them. Had kind of a rough defensive inning and kind of got sideways on us. But that game was closer than it may have appeared in the end. And then, that last game, these games, when you get to the regionals, you're looking at 1-run games. Like, you better be able to win 1-run games, manufacture runs. You're going to see great pitching. And I'm telling you, even though it's North Texas, that pitcher was dealing on Saturday afternoon. She was throwing 70. She was she threw 24 changeups, and 20 of them were for strikes, and that's high level, and had a lot of movement. So I mean, you got to win those 2-1 games, and we just didn't get the timely hits we needed, and probably got ourselves out a little bit, being too aggressive at the plate and not making her work a little bit harder. But yeah, the bad calls, I mean, I wanted to just go off, but it just doesn't do any good. And what frustrates me the most is, here we are, we've finally gotten to the point where college softball has replay, and then they still can't get it right. Like,
right.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, I had a busy social media just by posting the video of the play at first base. And I thought, this is just cleansing the palate for me. That there are things that basic umpire understanding, and then the replay get it right. We don't know what they see. We don't know what they're looking at. We don't know what clips, what angles they're looking at. But the angle that they showed on television, and I can tell you, I don't know if you caught it, John, but the announcer said, no, this was an out. The call was blown. Like, they fully expected it to be an out call. So they were surprised. It caught them off guard. It caught me off guard. So I went and posted it. But I'll ask you this: if before the season started, you got the parents in the room, you got the team in the room, and you said, listen, this is how this is going to play out. We're going to win 40 plus games. We're going to win 17 games in the conference. We're going to go, 14-2 at home. I'm pretty sure that everybody's satisfied with the season as the results go.
Yeah, Yeah, I totally agree with you. And you are what your win totals say you are. But I will say this: the thing that I think this, I don't know if you saw Husker softball tweeted out Coach Ravel's conversation with the kids after the game.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm most proud of, and I think what this team probably has to hangs their hat on, they're not going to have a College World Series appearance to their name, but what they did behind the scenes in terms of culture change and expectations and team and building just loving each other. I mean, that was the strength of this team. And I think they helped get this program back to where it belongs, which is consistently a top 25 team and every now and then hosting regionals. I mean, I think this is the first step. And I think the seniors especially can own that. And that's a big, big deal. But, it won't go in the record book. But people that are close to the program and have watched this season, and, Jay, you can speak to this too, as Nebraska went on their run. That's how it starts.
Right.
And I think they're really proud of that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, in your opinion, and I know how I'd be thinking, like what's next. So I'm going to ask you, in your opinion, what's next for this softball program and team? Because just across the ballpark, you saw a baseball team have a good year. But not this season, obviously the prior season, and maybe it's dealing with expectations or just going through the process of being the versus the hunter, and you're being the hunted. That's why I want to ask you, what do you think is next for the softball program?
Yeah, that's going to play out interesting. I think you talk about all those things. I think the first thing they have to continually tend to is culture, doing things the right way, handling your business, creating great chemistry. It all starts there. And then I'm sure Coach Ravel is going to continually, and her staff are going to continually try to upgrade the talent on the team and get in the living rooms of some really talented kids. And as you know, then especially when you get to the NCAA championship level, it's a pitcher's game, and so trying to find those next level special pitcher, which our kids did a great job, and I think they're maxing out what they can do, and now you just got to try to find that elite special Peaches James All-American, and hopefully they're out there.
John, I want to do a couple of things before we let you go. One, I want to say thank you to you for keeping us connected to the program so we can get a little bit more insight and knowledge and access to this fantastic group of softball players here at the University of Nebraska. Secondly, I'm going to ask that you deliver a message to your young lady and those young ladies, because kudos to them for how they handled themselves, for the season that they had, and the joy that they brought to the state and to the people who support Nebraska athletics. And then finally, they are champions and should be addressed as such. So if you would pass that information on from us to this team, it would be greatly appreciated, kind sir.
I definitely will do that. And your work, and I know the girls, I've actually have talked to the girls about, getting their show going, and I think they want to. I think hopefully that's in the works and they can make that happen. But they love you guys, and Husker Nation is a big part, and I think it brought a lot of joy to them to see that stadium full and to be able to bring back that championship. It's Nebraska athletics is a special thing, and they know that, yeah, we're all in this together, man. And I tell you what, next year I'm hoping it's next year starts with a great football season, rolls into basketball, and we can have a special year on all fronts. So appreciate what you guys do.
Well, you guys made it worth doing, and you're absolutely right. There will be a Husker softball show next year on this station. Guarantee you that will happen. John Squire, Dad, it's Abby Squire, Husker softball. John, thank you. Have an amazing week. We'll talk soon.
Great. Sounds good. Take care, Jay.
All right, you too.
That is John Squire, Husker softball. We'll be right back. We'll close out Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a ready next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Wedding season is underway. Stop wearing your fading, wrinkling shirts and update your wardrobe today at M Suits Clothiers in Lincoln. M Suits has men's clothing for every occasion, from business to leisure to weddings and formals. And they've been chosen by Lincoln as best of men's clothing for 4 years running. The buying process is quick and easy with personal service that's hard to find. And they're family owned, where you are also treated like a part of the family. M Suits Clothiers, just south of 56th and Pine Lake on Red Rock Lane.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Cloudy skies and cooler conditions here for our Monday, topping out near 62. Southeast winds at around 15 to 20. Slight chance of showers late this afternoon. A little better chance of scattered showers tonight with a low of 51. An increasing chance for rain during the day tomorrow, and only a high of around 55. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under new management, but has the same great service as before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of garage doors and can always point you in the right direction to get the job done. Give Steve's Garage Doors and Services a call today at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840.
The best time to have your air conditioner serviced is before you really need it. Call Bryant now and schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. You'll stay cool and comfortable when you need it most. Just call 467-1111 to schedule your air conditioning check. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There are people that do that.
I got nothing for you. Welcome back to Old School.
Rico
Final
has
segment.
good hair. Rico has.
I got nothing. Welcome back. Old School. Final segment. 93.7 The Ticket.
So, Celtics Heat Game 5.
It's make or break, man.
I don't know.
It's
what
game
to make.
4.
Is it 4 or 5?
4.
It's 4.
Because it was Heat destroyed the Celtics, Celtics destroyed the Heat, Heat destroyed the Celtics.
In Boston.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we going to get a close game?
The last game was kind of close, but it wasn't close.
It got close towards the end, but it wasn't.
It was like a fool's goal close.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
I mean, is this an injury series? Is this a...
Well, Jimmy Butler's hurt, and
Yeah.
Miami seemed to. I mean, Bam went off. I think when Williams for Boston is out, it changes that whole team. It handicaps Al Horford some, and it hurts them defensively because Williams can switch. Then you can switch everything, and you got size. And it can paralyze Jimmy Butler and Hero and all those guys, shooting, harder shots. But when Williams is out, it really hurts them.
Marcus Smart in his place in the league and in this series, is there a more important player tonight than Marcus Smart?
No, because he's got to defensively take a lot of pressure off of Brown and Tatum. He's got to be the tempo setter. He's got to be, somewhat aggressive on offense, and then, be, that leader that they need him to be. So, and then as well as Tatum and Brown really stepping up, and Horford and so forth, and Pritchard and all those guys. So if they get Williams back, I think you see a better Marcus Smart, because those two guys can really play defense on the perimeter and inside.
With Marcus Smart's defensive ability, he has to allow one of Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum to rest on the defensive side and go off on the offensive side.
Yeah.
Who's the leading scorer tonight?
Probably Tatum, because he played horrible last game.
I'm going to go with Brown.
He played well last game. I'm going to say Tatum, because Tatum
had an off game, so he
was on that BS the other night. Yeah.
Who leads the Heat?
Well, it depends if Jimmy Butler plays.
Yeah, if Jimmy Butler plays Jimmy, if not, Bam.
Is that enough?
Was last
Seems
game.
like it's enough.
Just everything.
There's such a the Heat are such a well-oiled machine that even if one person goes down, they have somebody to step up and not take their spot exactly, but just do enough where everybody else can continue to do what
Everybody
they're going
seems
to
to
do.
step up around him. Kyle Lowry played well. Then you got Oladipo coming off the bench. I mean, to have Oladipo coming out, a 20-point scorer.
That's wild.
Coming off the bench is just crazy.
People forget Oladipo's good.
Yeah, he's been injured.
He's been out for 2 years.
2 years. So the guy that's got fresh legs wants to show that he can still play. He can play defense. He's long. He can get in the passing lanes. So you got an all-star player coming off the bench.
I'm actually, this is the first one in the series that I'm really looking forward to. This, to me, feels like it's going to be a backyard brawl.
Yeah, and it's been a physical series. Miami likes to be physical. Boston was extremely physical with them. Second game, Miami, I think, brought it to them a little bit more. We'll see how Boston answers the bell tonight.
This is Boston's season.
Well, of course, yeah. You go down 3-1
This
going
is
back
Boston's
to Miami.
season. This is what I expect is the Celtics to put on their best performance, because this is the one that, look, if they don't get this one wrong, that's a long off season.
In Boston, yeah, for sure.
That's a long off season.
If Boston wins this one, I almost guarantee you it goes to 7. I don't think Miami wins it in 6. I don't think Boston wins it in 6.
This is the series. This one's just like I thought last night was Dallas's opportunity. That's a wrap. Now this one tonight is a brawl. Tonight's the brawl. So
does Dallas even get a game?
No.
Do you think they take one game from Golden State?
Well, I think now that they've said that Golden State's the better team, like they said it out loud.
They finally acknowledged it.
They said it out loud. I feel like it's like Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me.
Yeah, they're in full tap out.
Acknowledge.
Does Golden State take their foot off of Dallas's throat, or do
I
they
hope
make
not.
or do they make a mistake and let them get one?
I
don't know
hope
if it'll be a
I hope
mistake.
not.
but-
If they're going to win the title, this is when I want to see.
You want to be well rested against a beat up team from the East.
That's what we're hoping for. Well, Jay, thank you, kind sir. 1-on-1, special guest, special young lady, Michaela Curtis will join me on 1-on-1 up next on 93.7 The Ticket.